Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you all out in the virtual world here. Thank you for logging in to watch our presentation. My name is Donny Samson, and I'm our CEO here at Samson Properties. And today we're going to talk to you a lot about everything with Samson Properties. So whether you're watching this live or you're watching it later on joinsamson.com, thanks for logging in and learning a little bit about our company. A couple semantics. If you're watching live, you can text in and ask questions, and we can respond to those or put them on the YouTube link wherever you're watching it. If you go to joinsamson.com, you can download the full booklet, which gives you all the information about us. There's a download this booklet button right there. If you're on Facebook right now, great. Hop on over to joinsamson.com and you can download the booklet. You don't have to. We're going to have slides up for you next to it that outline it, but if you want to see all the information and refer back to it later, that's in that downloadable booklet there. What I like to start our presentations with is really a kind of a encapsulation of where we've been at Samson Properties, how we got to where we are today, and hopefully then, why we're the great company that you should consider joining. So in 2000, or not 2000, in 1986, my dad, it looks a lot like me, just 19 years older, a little bit more gray hair, although I'm getting there, Dad, started selling real estate in 1986. He sold into a couple different companies. Then around 2000, he started to get the knack for, hey, I want to start my own thing. He just wanted to have his own team, maybe an ad band, kind of run his own company because, like everybody, he liked to play by his own rules if at all possible. So that's what he started with. And the idea was just going to have a small company and kind of run it himself and help manage people. Well, it turned into a little bit more than that 20 years later. Back then, my dad just had this passion for the real estate industry. He just believed that everybody should be a realtor because you got to make your own schedule, work when you wanted to work, you got to be flexible with where you went, and he loved the idea of if you work hard and you sell a lot of homes, you're rewarded for that, instead of no matter how good I do or don't do today, I'm paid the same amount. So that's why he loved the profession of real estate. And back then, he would talk to anybody and anybody about why they should get into real estate. He would talk to the waiter of where we were or the person next to us at the Museum Park line, whatever and whatever. It's just because he loved whether they joined Samson or not. He didn't. I mean, that was irrelevant. It's just he thought everybody should be a realtor. So during this, he also talked into one of my buddies into selling real estate. And, when you're 22, 23 years old, you almost don't want to do what your parents do because it's not cool to do what your dad does, right? So that's where I was at this point. Well, my now wife of 17 years, Meredith, and I were dating at the time, and she said, my buddy had gotten into real estate. She looked at me after 6 months. She goes, Donny, maybe you should get into real estate because Tokier's an idiot, and he's killing it in real estate. And she was right on both those things. I love him, but he is kind of an idiot, and he was killing it in real estate 6 months in, and he still is actually 18, 19 years later now with us. So that's when I got into real estate in the summer of 2003. Over 18 years ago, which is making me feel a little bit old as I stand here now. So I joined in 03, and then from some timelines for our company. From 2000 to 2011, we were an 80-20 company, which basically means 80% to the company. Oh, wait a minute. Nah, you don't like that. 80% to the realtor, 20% to the company. And that was a really good split in the early 2000s because there was a lot of 70-30, 60-40, 80-20 was great. We were like, oh, you get a lot of money. Well, during the fun of 03 to 06, and then the not so fun to 2006, 2011, if any of you were in the industry back then, you learn some things and you kind of think about your business plan and how to best proceed. A couple things happened. One, in 2009, my dad started Cardinal Title Group, which we own as well, Cardinal Title Group, our own title company because we wanted to make some ancillary income. The second thing that happened along that path is we started to realize in 2009, 2010 is there was more competitive splits out there. Some of our own agents wanted 85-15, 90-10. 100% companies were starting to really make a mark. And we started to say, well, we make good money when we have title deals. How do we get more title transactions? And how do we keep these realtors? Well, maybe if we recruit hard with a better commission split, we'll get more agents, get more title transactions, we'll grow that way. Well, it took 3 or 4, 5, 6 months of us kind of going through the math to figure out how many agents we had to grow. And we said, okay, let's go for it. My dad flipped the switch when we went in 2011. We split to a 100% company with a transaction fee with the idea that we were going to love on agents, take care of them, give them all their money. Hopefully they'd use our title company. It'd be a win-win. We'd kind of make some money at the title company instead of out of our agent's pocket. Well, at the time, we had 150 realtors. They loved us. They all converted to 100% overnight. They already liked us, and they got a 20% raise. That was great for them. Some of them are still with us today. A good bit of those 150. Well, what we want it to be, though, is if you think in your head of a stereotypical 70-30 or 80-20 traditional company is you get tools, education, resources, stuff, and you pay 20% for it or 30% for it. But you're okay with that because in your head you've reconciled that comparison or that trade-off. Okay, I get stuff, I give, makes sense. Or you go to a 100% commission company, and well, I get to keep all my money, but I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting tools, resources, help, because I'm not paying them any money. And you're okay with that. Well, what if we could do both? What if we could be this great 100% professional real estate company that gives you full service real estate, tools, education, resources, Facebook ad, print center, all the stuff I'm going to talk about, and we let you keep all your money? That's a win-win, right? So that was our goal. Now, I don't say we were there in 2011, we just flipped the switch. But what we wanted to do was create this great company that was the best real estate company out there and let people keep all their money. If we cared and loved on agents, they would then say, look, I'm so thankful to Samson. I'll use Cardinal Title Group because that's where they make their money. They'll make their money that way. And then we can take that money and pour it back in and make Samson even better for everybody. It was this win-win circle that we thought would be fantastic for everybody. The other thing that's going to happen is people will love the company they work for, and they're going to tell other agents how great it is, and we'll grow that way. So that was the idea behind let's try to be everything with the 80-20, convert to 100% company and try to be that full-service real estate company at a transaction fee cost. So 13, 14, 15, we started to build up the company. We got to about 700, 750 agents, and my dad came to me and said, let's talk, I need some help. Well, I had sold real estate from 03 to 16, and I'd done okay. I sold over $300 million in my career, which is a good bit. You know, at the end I was doing $30, $40, $50 million a year, me and my team, and that's not to brag about the fact that I did a lot of real estate, but I say that because I think that I've been all the places you've been. I've written contracts on the hoods of my car. I've taken the late night phone calls with unreasonable buyers, unreasonable sellers, deals that are never going to work out. We're got a deal on the edge, and then we got 32 home inspection list items, and nobody wants to fix anything. And I've been all those places. So I think that experience and the experience my dad had before me, because we were realtors, we can build a real estate company that's by realtors, for realtors, that's built to help you succeed. If you had a CEO that was just some smart guy with an MBA that walks in and tries to run it, they're going to try to run it like a business. Yes, I'm running a business, but what I'm trying to run is a company that helps realtors succeed. And if that's at the core of every thought that I have, then that's going to have to pour back out into agents and help them succeed, because I think I know what programs, plans, things that can help you sell more homes, have a more efficient and happier career in real estate. So that's why I say, look, I've sold a bunch of homes because I want you to know that I've been there. I can relate to where we're at, and hopefully that'll help us going forward. So in 2016, my dad said, all right, stop selling real estate, come over, help me manage and run the company. I became our COO in 2016. From 16 to 19, I worked in that capacity, worked with my dad, helped build up a lot of the foundation and a lot of the great pieces that you see here today. In 2019, I became our CEO, and my dad kind of slid slowly into pretty much semi-retirement to full retirement now, where I'm now running everything in the day-to-day operations here. I think that goal of building up the base didn't stop in 2019. I just switched titles, and we got to keep building brand new stuff and making our company better every single day. And some of the things I'm going to talk about today, we've launched just in the last couple of weeks and months at the Samson property. So I don't think we were there in 2011, but today, I think when you're done listening to my presentation, I think you're going to be able to say, I think they might have done it. At least we think we've done it, where we've got the best full-service real estate company that offers you everything and anything in the world that you can to succeed, and we let you keep all your money. It's a win-win for everybody. I like to finish the introduction with this thought process before I move on. We have two rules and one idea that we live by. Two rules are be nice and be professional. Here, look, they're simple, right? My dad and I are simple guys, but we're honest and right to the point is, look, we're all going to mess up in life. But if you treat people the right way, you're nice, you're professional, you handle your business like a pro, then we're all going to get along great. You know, if people are nice and professional, they can be in our family and we'll grow together. If people aren't nice and they aren't professional and they don't do things the right way, they can't be in our family anymore, because we want to have this family grow bigger and better with great, good people that do things the right way. That's our goal here at Samson. The last idea I leave you with is an idea my dad wrapped his head around 20 years ago, and it's part of our culture, is pay it forward. The idea behind pay it forward is this. You know, there was this movie that's popular 20 years ago. Is when somebody does something for you, don't pay it back, pay it forward. You know, and when you think about it, that's what our whole real estate plan is, our whole company's profit plan is built on, right? I'm going to give you all your money, give you all these services to help you succeed. You know how you can help? Try and use Cardinal Title Group. If you do, we're going to take those profits, we're going to pay them forward, and we're going to make our whole company better every single day for you. Continue to give you more and more free services to help you succeed. So that's our kind of pay it forward circle. Our agents live by that every day. Our top agents and our most experienced and great realtors love to give back and teach classes for free, pour back into less experienced agents that help them grow. You know, we've got great internal systems and internal managements and mentors and coaches to help people lift up. A lot of times people are doing it for free just because they want to give back and they want to help that next generation of realtors get better, because we were all new once and know how that feels, and we wanted somebody to just help us out. So that's a lot of where we were, how we got to where we are today in 2021, and I'm going to talk more about kind of what that company is that I'm so proud to be running now. So the first thing is 100% commission. I am not naive. I can try to be as charming as I want to be here and tell bad jokes that you're going to, you know, not laugh out on the other side of this computer. But most of you are here because you wanted to learn about the 100% commission and what is that all about. So I like to get the money out of the way early, make sure everybody understands what that is. We are a 100% company. We have 2 fees. Only one of them might apply to all of you. One will apply to all of you. One will apply to some of you. So no monthly fees, first of all. No monthly fees, no E&O insurance. We take care of all that. So there's no other hidden fees I'm going to talk about. We have a $345 admin or broker fee, whichever way you want to call it. That is due on every transaction, $345. Now 95% of our people are passing that on to their client, and they're paying a $345 fee on the Alta. Great, continue to do that. That is due from everybody. The second one is only going to be due from some of you out there. That is a $495 transaction fee. That means out of your commission, your 10 grand, 15 grand, 8 grand, you pay a $495 transaction fee to the company. Now, you only pay that until you make it into the Cardinal Club. Once you make it into the Cardinal Club, that $495 fee is waived forever. You never have to pay it again. You don't have to re-qualify. You don't have to recast, no new anniversary, nothing, none of those. Doesn't start on the first of the year and then it resets, none of that crazy stuff. Once you're in Cardinal Club, you're in Cardinal Club forever. You don't lose your CC status. You never pay that $495 fee the rest of your career with us. Well, that sounds great. How do I get in the Cardinal Club? So as you can see on the screen there, it's $3 million or 8 transactions in the previous 12 months. $3 million or 8 transactions in the previous 12 months. You can do that with your current company. You're with ABC Realty. You've sold $5 million in homes the last 12 months. You start today. Day one, you're in the Cardinal Club. Never pay a $495 fee for us ever in your life. We have 2,000 realtors almost in the Cardinal Club. Many of them joined in the Cardinal Club and they never paid us a $495 fee ever. So you can start from day one in the Cardinal Club. It can be half and half. You could have done 5 or 6 transactions at your current company and you're almost there, or $2 million. You join us, you do a couple transactions, you shoot us an email, we check it up, great. You've done 8, you've done $3 million in the last 12 months. Now you're in the Cardinal Club, you never pay that $495 fee again. Now, it's not an anniversary date or a recast, so it's the most previous 12 months. We do that because it's the most advantageous way. Sometimes people work real hard, and then they don't get there, and December 31st hits, like, oh, I got to start all over again. It's January 1. Or they joined us on October 1, so they know their anniversary date's October 1. No. It's the most rolling 12 months. So if you ever have a good 12 months, you think you got to that $83 million, shoot us an email and you get in there. The third way is maybe you're brand new. Great, we were all brand new once. I was doing the Saturday morning classes every Saturday in 2003 and 2004 with contract classes. My dad would bring in donuts, we'd eat donuts, and we'd go over every paragraph of the contract. So I was there. But if at any point in your career you get to that 8 or 3 million within a 12-month period, then you're in the Cardinal Club as well. The last way that people get in the Cardinal Club is this, teams. So John Smith over here with ABC Realty. John did $10 million in real estate last year, and he has 4 team members. None of his 4 team members did more than $3 million themselves. They did $1 million, $2 million, less than that. But John did 10. So John obviously qualifies for the Cardinal Club because he did great. Well, once John joins, anybody that joins his team also gets Cardinal Club status automatically. Why do we do that? Because I don't want John and his team that have to be like, well, let's put this one in John's name so we can avoid the $495, or, well, who did this one? Who pays the $495? Look, you're all on the same team. You're pulling the rope the same way. I want to make sure that you all don't have to worry about that $495. Within teams, I let you guys do whatever splits you want because the team lead can create the team the way they want. Now, a lot of team members will do 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, whatever works for your team. But if you have to pay 10% or 20% off to the company first, or $1,000 off each deal, or even $495 off each deal, well, now there's so much less of that pie for you to split up. Now that 50-50 really feels like 40-60, or that 60-40 really feels like 45%. Well, it's tougher for you to grow a team. It's tougher for you to keep team members. It's tougher for team members to make a living if they're getting 10 or 20% less of the transaction because the company had to get some. I want to give you it all to split up amongst yourselves. It helps John to recruit agents from outside the company or inside our company into his team because he can also give them Cardinal Club status. So one thing more on John before I move on. So John last year, he did a good job. Maybe he has a good deal with his current company, ABC Realty, and he paid $30,000 into his company last year. Reasonable number for $10 million in sales. Well, as other people, they were on little lesser splits because they were newer, and maybe they paid 15 grand each on average, we'll say. Well, 15 times 4 is 60, plus 30 is $90,000 John's team paid into the company. $90,000. That's a lot of money. It adds up, right? You might think, oh, you got some great split. You only paid, well, then the team paid 90. That's a lot. Well, what John could do if he comes to us is this. John can not only, look, put 30 grand in the bank. Save that 30 you're paying. Invest the 60 grand your team was paying in back into your business. If you put 5 grand a month back into your business, back into your team, how much more money would that create for your team? You can't put 5 grand a month in advertising and not create 2 or 3 more transactions a month. It's not possible. So all of a sudden, that 60 grand that you put in, if you make 2 or 3 times that of that on advertising, that's not even doing a good job advertising probably. Now all of a sudden that 60 grand turns into $150,000, $200,000 in income for your team. Well, now you can build some serious teams, right? You're putting 5 grand in advertising out every month. That's going to create lots of leads, going to make the phone ring, it's going to do all sorts of great stuff. So invest that money back into your business. Now I give one more real life example because not everybody's running a big team like John. Well, Susie Smith over here. Susie did a good job, sold a lot of homes. She paid 24 grand to her company last year. Maybe she made 80 grand, paid the company 24 grand because she was on some kind of 75-25 split, something like that. That is every day, lots of realtors are right in this boat. $24,000 to your company. You might say, oh, well, it's not a big deal, 80-20. What? 24 grand, 2 grand a month. If you put that $2,000 a month back into your business, advertising, print, Facebook, ads, extra admin help, client party every month, whatever it was that you thought could help produce more leads for yourself, $2,000 a month, I promise you, if you put $2,000 a month out there, you're going to create 1 more transaction a month. Well, 1 more transaction a month, we'll call that $8,000. That's an average transaction around here, commission. 1 more a month, 8,000 times 12 is $96,000 this year. So it's not just the 24 grand you gave to the company. You could make $100,000 more just by investing that back in your own business. And that's not a leap. I'm really very realistic when it comes to numbers. But if you put $2,000 a month back into your business, I'm sure you'll produce 1 more transaction a month out of it. So that's where people are not only saving money when they join, but they're actually creating a lot more money for themselves or their team or whatever it is that they want to do. So that's where I think the power of saving all your money and not giving it to your company is more powerful than just the money you're saving. All right, that's 100%, all the money around that. The next thing I want to talk about is our locations and how we're set ourselves up. So currently, we are all over the DMV. We have 33 office locations. We are crazy people. We started the pandemic with 21 locations, and nobody told Donny that everybody's staying home and nobody needs an office. So I just kept adding him. No, I'm just kidding. First of all, when you join Samson, you join one, you join them all. I don't care if you say you're Samson Properties Arlington. We are one big happy family. You can walk into Alexandria and McLean and Tyson's and Chantilly and Fairfax and work whenever you want to work, do whatever you want to do. Drop in, use the desks, use whatever, use the conference rooms. We're all one big happy family. They're not individually owned and operated. The second thing with our locations is this. Why do I keep adding locations? For a couple reasons. One, I think real estate can be a lonely business when things aren't going well. I know you can all work from your home offices. But if I sit in my same 4 walls and stare at the same pictures on the wall, stare at the same window with nothing going on, the same computer, I'm not getting any fresh energy. I'm not getting any fresh juice. I'm not getting anybody else's perspective. What's going on in the market? What's going on with open houses? How are you marketing? How are you building your business? But if I have an office that I can go into, even if it's twice a month, I want to go into a sales meeting or a marketing meeting or a class on how to do listings better or buyers better or just a happy hour or whatever it is. I'm going to create energy. I'm going to talk real estate with other pros that are working like me to get better. That's exciting to me. We can get fresh juice and fresh energy from that, because if you sit and stare at your same four walls and nothing good happened last month, well, you're not getting any new ideas, so something might be bad next month and the month after that and the month after that. It's going to continue to roll downhill the wrong way. So I love the offices for just that fresh shot of energy that you can get by going in there and interacting with others. The second reason I love offices is this. I've met people in McDonald's and Starbucks and everywhere and anywhere in between. And I'm sure you have as well. But imagine you're out showing houses this weekend, and no matter where you're showing houses, you decide we want to write an offer. Instead of going to that McDonald's or Starbucks or to their house or your house or wherever it is you're going to meet, you could say, hey, let's stop by my office, because wherever I am in the DMV, we have a Samson location within 10 or 15 minutes of where you're at. Now you can pull into a beautiful location, get sit at the conference room, and go over the most important financial decision of your life in a great professional environment and feel like a pro and go over it like a pro. That is the way to treat your clients the right way, by walking into these beautiful offices you see behind you, some of the videos of your offices, of our offices. The third reason that I really love the offices is this. I'm helping you help me. So I roll back the clock 10 years to when I was selling homes. So our headquarters is in Chantilly, Virginia, for those that don't know. I'm out this weekend in Alexandria, and I'm working hard, and I ratify a contract on a deal. And I write Cardinal Title Group, because I got to make Dad happy. Dad said close the Cardinal, so I'm closing the Cardinal. I got to be a good son. I'm going to make sure it goes well. Well, the next day, the listing agent and the buyer look at me and say, okay, Donnie, where's Cardinal? Oh, it's in Chantilly. Oh, come on, Donnie, that's not reasonable. I don't want to go 45 minutes or an hour for closing. It's not fair to the buyers, the sellers, the listen, nobody, right? Well, now we have 33 locations. You can close in any of our offices wherever you want. Nice voice. You can close in any of our offices wherever you want. So if maybe you're normally a Samson Properties Arlington agent, but you got a deal in Tysons or McLean or Leesburg or Reston or Fairfield, great, close in that office. We have staff in like 22, 23, 24 Cardinal staff locations have Cardinal staff in them. So you walk into Alexandria every day, you see 3 or 4 of the same Cardinal people. You get to know them. You get to have a relationship with them. Bowie's on the screen now. You walk into Bowie. There's 4 great Cardinal title officers that work there every day. Your processor, your pre-processor, your closing attorney, whoever it is. Now you have relationships with them. You can use the same people, build those relationships. It really helps the symmetry of using Cardinal, having a relationship with the Cardinal, and closing in any of our offices. So it makes it easier for you to help me, for us to help each other. When it comes to the offices, a couple last things. You can use any of the drop-in desks whenever you want. Drop in, use the desk, print to the machines, whatever you need to do. Use the conference rooms to meet clients whenever you want, as long as there's not a Cardinal closing going on. You can pop in there and meet your clients and use those conference rooms as your own. If you want to rent a private office, those are available in any of our locations. They typically rent from $250 to $500 a month. We have availabilities in most of our offices. If we don't, we get you on a wait list and try to get you in there if you really want to rent an office. The idea behind that is that, look, I forever lived 8 minutes away from our office for 15 years. I came into the office every single day and worked in my office and closed the door and got focused, because I got 4 little girls at home and I loved them to pieces, but I could not focus with those girls and my dog and everything running around. Like, I wasn't going to be my best self. I wasn't going to have my best thoughts, create my best business plan. So if you're like that, we want to have tons of offices available for you to rent, lock the door, put your name on it. It's your office you come to every day. The next section I'm going to talk about is our growth. This is a little bit braggy, but it is a job interview. You want to learn about kind of how big we've gotten. So right now, Samson Properties is about 4,600 realtors. That's a lot of people. How do we grow by so much? Right now, we're adding about 115 agents a month on average. That's fantastic, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of them. But how can you possibly have 115 agents join you a month, Donnie? That's ridiculous. Well, and it's all organic growth. It's not buying on companies or anything like that. Well, that's because I have two passions when it comes to running this company. One, I want to create a real estate company that helps you succeed more, helps you sell more houses than you did last year, helps you grow your business, helps you succeed more with classes and tools and all the other things. My second passion is to create a real estate company that you love working for and you're proud to work for. If I accomplish that goal, then what are you going to do when you're out in the world selling real estate? You're going to tell anybody and everybody, I love Samson, you should come join. I love this place. You need to come to a lunch and learn. You need to watch online. Some of you guys are watching online right now because a friend of yours at Samson said, you got to watch Donny's presentation. Well, why do I bring that up? Because out of that 115 every month, 80% on average, 80% right now are coming to us by a referral from another Samson agent. That's amazing. That's amazing. That means we're getting, what, 88, 89 people a month on average that are coming from the 115 are referred directly from our Samson agents. If you take care of your agents, they're going to be your biggest mouthpiece, and that's how we're growing so quickly. A couple things about our growth as well. So you see on the screen there, we're third in the Washington Business Journal, but we're also 36th in the country as far as volume in 2020. So I'm going to bore you with a couple stats here, but I think they're really important. So that 36th in the country last year was based on $5.8 billion in sales. $5.8 billion is amazing. So in 2019, we did 3.8 billion. Then we went to 5.8 billion, which is great, big increase. Well, this year, 2021, we're on pace to cross 9 billion in sales. 9 billion, 3.8 to 5.8 to 9, back-to-back years. So almost triple what we were just in 2019, which is phenomenal. Transactions, we went from 8,000 and change to 12,700. We're on pace for almost 19,000 transactions this year. So I'm very proud of all those numbers. Then I didn't sell any of those houses. It was all of our agents working hard. But I want to give you an idea of, you might be watching now and you're unsure, you're what's going on, how Samson, this is new to me. Well, we're going to maybe do 9 billion in sales, which would rank somewhere between 15th or 20th in the country as far as real estate brokerages and how much volume we sold, which is I'm super proud of. The last stat I'm going to give you is really because that first passion where I talked about helping agents grow. So people give me these reports that they run on third parties, and then they go over the numbers with me. So follow me for a second. July 1, 2019 to July 1, 2020, 12-month period, compared to July 1, 2020 to 2021. These are just agents that were in our company for the 24 months consecutive, not new agents that were coming in half stream, anything like that, because that can get confusing. So the agents that were with us for the first 12 months of that period sold $3.5 billion in real estate. $3.5 billion. That's an awesome number. Super proud of that. Well, those same agents, the next 12 months, sold $5.5 billion. $5.5 billion. That's a 60% increase year over year. So not only were they keeping all their money, they sold 60% more homes the next year, and they got to keep all of that money. So it's not like one of those, well, I'll keep more money, but I'm not going to sell. No, you're going to sell more because they used our tools, our resources, and hopefully they invested back into their business some to help them sell even more homes the next year. So that is that number. A lot of stats and numbers. If you're not a numbers person, I'm sorry, but it's something I'm really proud of. So I want to show that growth year over year with our existing agents. Now, what are these tools and everything you talk about, Donny? The first tool I'm going to jump into is KV Core. I could talk for an hour about KV Core. I'm going to try to shorten it to 5 minutes here. So we had a hole in our game for tech stacks. Tech stack meaning websites, CRM, that kind of stuff that I wasn't really offering out a good product almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So I did webinars of every top one in the country. I got down to the top 3 companies that I thought were the best ones. It became clear to me that KV Core was the Lexus, the BMW, the Mercedes when it came to this field and what were the best ones were. Although, when somebody brought me KV Core, I said, well, how much do you pay for it? They said, well, $1,100 a month, $1,300 a month. I said, that's fantastic. I'm sure it's worth it to you, but you think I can pay for that for a whole company? You lost your marbles. Remember, we're a 100% company here. Well, it turns out when you come with 3,000 realtors, they negotiate a little bit for you. So I went up to New York. I met with them, negotiated a deal where now I can get KV Core. Every single thing I'm talking about is free to all of you. Now, you don't have to do this. If you're like, I don't like tech, don't do it. Know this. We have a full-time teacher, 40 hours a week on our staff, not just KV Core staff, on our staff that is here to teach classes every day, one-on-ones, in-person, Zooms, whatever it is that you want to help learn how to do this thing and build your business through KV Core if you'd like to. So we're going to help you get there, not just give you the product. In a summary, what does KV Core do? First of all, your custom website gives you your own website, DonnySamson.com. Don't use that one. That's my name. Pick your own name. It's going to give you more success in the future. So you've got your own website. You can customize, make your own. You need to have a website nowadays. Even if your best friend refers somebody, and they're like, oh, you got to call Donny. He's the best. What are they going to do before they call you? They're going to Google you. And if you don't have a website and you don't come up looking like some type of a professional in the real estate industry, they're probably not going to pick up the phone and call or email or text or whatever it is they're going to do to reach out to you nowadays. So you got to have a good website out there. It has a website. It has a smart CRM that nurtures your clients that you put in. It grabs the information of anybody that hits any of your landing pages or websites or ads that I'll talk about, and it gives you their phone, their email, their information, and then it helps to nurture those people and turn them from prospects into clients and customers in the future. It has listing market reports in there. The other thing it has is listing market snapshots. So when I got out of selling full-time, I had over 400 people getting a market snapshot from me every single month. Why did I do that? Because, look, with all due respect, we've all done the cheesecake of the month and the winterize your hose bibs email, and those are all fine. But nobody cares, right? They don't care about that stuff. I mean, maybe they read them. But what does everybody care about in this world? Everybody cares about the market around them in their home. If I drive home today and there's a for sale sign in my circle, you best believe that I'm going to pull it up on my phone, even though I'm not moving for 10 years. I'm going to pull up, what does that house look like? What's it go for? All that, because we all care about the market around us, right? So as a real estate pro, I want to be the one that's sending those reports to everybody I know, all my friends, all my family, all my sphere of influence, my people at church, the parents on my kids' teams, and my past clients. I want to be the person sending a branded report every month with my mug on it, giving them the neighborhood prices around it. Not only because they're going to pick up the phone and be like, oh, Donny's my realtor, but they're going to remember every month that I'm that pro that's in the real estate industry. They should refer out or call if they have any real estate questions. Market snapshots, absolutely free. I used to pay $100 a month for that product. The next thing it has is it has 3 different kinds of apps. 3 apps that they provide through KV Core. The first one is like your robot coach. So you open that up and it says, oh, look, Ethan's hit my market snapshot 5 times this month. Well, I might want to reach out to Ethan and be like, hey, Ethan, how's it going? Just checking in. How's the wife? How are the kids? How are things going? You're going to check in with Ethan, right? The second thing it might tell your robot coach might be like, oh, look, Mark's been searching for homes in Gainesville. He's hit 10 different homes this week. Look, I'm not going to be like, hey, Mark, I see that you hit 10 homes on my website. But I might just check in with Mark. He's poking around for a reason, right? Hey, Mark, just checking in. How are things going with the family? Whatever the case may be, right? Well, all of a sudden now it's basically everything's working underneath and it percolates to the top and tells you in the app who should I talk to and why based on the stuff that's going on underneath the current within your web of services in the CRM. Your second app is your open house app. That helps you convert more open house opportunities. So instead of just having everybody sign in and then putting them on your desk and trying to follow up later, remember who you followed up with and when, and making sure you get to everybody in a timely fashion and doing a good job with it. What you do instead is you take all those 20 people that come into your open house and you put them in your app, either when they walk in or later. Now they all are in your web right away. They get a text at 5 o'clock. Thanks for coming to my open house. It was great meeting you today. Or and they get an email the next day, either an email buyer's report or a seller's report because you've set them up on either one. Now all of a sudden they're getting the information from you. They're getting nurtured by the system. Now, are you going to get all those people to be your clients? No. But my bet is if 20 people came into your open house, half of them are going to do something in the next year. Maybe not then, but sometime soon. Well, now maybe I can get 3 or 4 out of those 10 people to be my clients in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. As opposed to on the flip side, if you just keep doing what you're doing with pen and paper and signing in, my guess is you're like me and you don't do a great job of converting those because you don't follow up enough or they fall off your radar and all of a sudden they slid further and further down your desk until you've thrown them in the trash can. A month or 2 from now, you're like, I guess that's a dead lead. They didn't want to do anything today. Well, most people don't want to do anything today, but you want to put them into your CRM so you can be there to be that agent for them and build that relationship. So in 6 months, when they're ready to sell, you do help them. Or when they're ready to buy a home in 4 or 5 months, you are ready there and you're going to be their realtor. So that's the second app. The third app is for your buyer clients. So let's pretend that Danielle's my buyer. I'm going to send her a link and Danielle's going to search for homes in my app. Why do I want her to search in my app? Because if she doesn't look in my app, where's she going to look? Well, first place, you're going to look one of two places, probably. The two most popular places out there. One, Zillow. What happens every time Danielle looks at a house on Zillow? Well, there's 3 or 4 other realtors on there that are going to get her information. They're going to reach out. And they're going to try and call and email and text her. And they're going to try to convince Danielle that they're smarter, funnier, and prettier than me and that she should work with them as their realtor. Well, there are a lot of people smarter, funnier, and prettier than me in the world out there. And one of them might convince Danielle that they should be the better agent for them. The second place you might look is Redfin, right? Very popular. What happens every time she clicks a home on Redfin? Sorry if you work for Redfin, I'm just speaking the truth here. But every time they click on a house on Redfin, they try to tell the buyer, well, you could save this many thousands if you don't bring your own buyer's agent. You work directly with the listing agent. Schedule a showing with our agent today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So this site's trying to tell people that they don't need me, they can find somebody else, that's better than me. And then this one's telling me they don't need a realtor at all, just work the listing. I don't like either one of those things. None of those are good for me. What's good for me is Danielle using my app, building the relationship with me stronger. She doesn't have to be bothered. I don't have to worry about her being stolen away from me. We can build our relationship better together. So all those apps are available for free. Now, a few companies offer KV Core, a few. All of them charge a tech fee, $80 a month, $100 a month, whatever it is. And they stop right there. We, because I'm a realtor and I saw this stuff, I was like, we got to have it, offer 2 additional services as part of our KV Core. The first one is Core Listing Machine. Core Listing Machine is, in essence, it gives you a single property website for free for your listing. So you list 123 Center Street. What they do is it launches automatically a single property website for you, and it launches that property website and advertises it on all your social media feeds for everybody to see. That's pretty cool. Now, what I would do as a subtext is I'd go to GoDaddy. I'd pay $10 for a URL that said 123center.com. Pretty spiffy, right? Who's going to love that? Your seller. Oh, you're going to give me my own website, 123center.com? That's awesome. Then I'd put $5 in, and I'd buy your rider. One of my signs said 123center.com. Who sees the rider? Everybody in the neighborhood when they drive by. So not only is everybody seeing that ad all over that says 123center.com, your seller loves it. Everybody in the neighborhood sees 123center.com. Everybody thinks you're pretty slick because you got their own website for this house. And every time they click on that website, what happens? Those people are getting registered and leads right back to your CRM. Now you're getting all the neighbors' information as they go to the website. You've got a chance to put them in your CRM, nurture them, and help you get them to help you have a better chance of being their realtor when they go to sell in the next couple months or couple years. So custom website automatically for free, helps launch it to all these different places. The last one is Core Social. What that does is it lets you pick from 12 or 15 categories. You pick real estate, mortgage, home and garden, and architecture. I don't care. Whatever the 4 topics you pick, I want to post about Fairfax County, and I want to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's going to create fresh, dynamic content, post it to all your social media feeds for you about these topics in this county every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, are 100 people going to like every post? Probably not. But every time somebody sees one of those posts, you're building brand equity in their mind. They're seeing Donny Samson with a smart article about it, and you are continuing to build in their minds that you're the real estate pro that they should consider when it comes to asking questions for or reaching out about real estate advice. So you're building up that brand equity in your own mind. All those, the Core Social is great to continue to build your presence. Now throw in a couple of your listings, a couple of your own thoughts. Now all of a sudden you've got a social media feed that people care about. The last thing we do with KV Core is kind of a combination of Facebook and KV Core. Every single time, my voice got more commanding there, didn't it? Every single time you put a listing on Bright, you get easy for me to say. Every single time you put a listing on Bright, you get a Facebook ad for free for your listing. Free Facebook ad launched for you. Every single time you put an open house on Bright, another free Facebook ad launched for you. Pretty great. Facebook ads run along. Not only can you tell the seller, I'm going to run Facebook ads for you to help you get the listing, but now those Facebook ads run. What happens do you think if somebody clicks one of those Facebook ads? Leads right back into your database, continue to help you build up that database, create more prospects for you. That's just free leads. They average 8 to 10 leads or hits per one. Well, that's fantastic. All of a sudden, I'm helping create, not only helping you win the listing, but I'm creating 15, 20 more clients for you with each listing that you put out there. Look, I know it's tough to get out and do an open house, but if we can help with all of our advertising and then the postcards I'm going to tell you about, in addition to that, if I can help your attendance go from 5 to 10 or from 10 to 16 or 16 to 25 at your open house, then I want to do that because I know it's hard to get out there on Sundays. But if I can help create more people to go there, I can help create more business for you and for us together, and you're going to be happier. So the Facebook ads automatically for free, every listing at every open house. The next thing I'm going to jump in here to is our print center. So I'm reaching off screen to grab some print materials here. And a sip of drink. All right, so first of all color printing in our offices is free. We're not nickel and diming you 5 cents here, 10 cents here, pay for your copies now. All right, real estate related, okay? Black and white and color. You want to print some buyer presentations or listing presentations or listings are going to go out that day and show your buyer, great. Print them all out. I'm not worried about your 20 cents or your $1.50. Go sell some homes. So all that's included at your local offices. You can print that. Now, in our Chantilly headquarters here, we have a huge print center with 3 19-foot mammoth machines and some smaller machines and cutters and 3 fantastic staff members that work there all day, every day, full time. And then a great guy that comes in at nights and weekends that puts more stuff out. We do all of this in-house in Chantilly. Why? Because we can do it much cheaper and much more efficient than you can if you've got to go pay a print center or go down the street to, does Kinko's even exist anymore? Or whatever it was, wherever you got to go before to print all your stuff out. I don't even know. We've had our own print center forever. But wherever it is that you're paying for stuff now. So what do we do in our print center? First thing is postcards. So you can't touch these because you're on TV, but you have to take my word for it. These are regular cardstock, and these are our standard options because they don't bleed all the way to the edge. The color doesn't go to the edge of the paper. The next one is our premium out. These are much thicker cardstock, and you can see the color bleeds all the way to the edge of the piece of paper. So standard and premium. What we do first of all is we give you, when you join Samson, 300 free postcards. 300 free postcards to your sphere of influence announcing you've joined Samson. Now, it's a little secret, but I want you to think about this for a second. Most of your past clients, friends, sphere of influence, people that you've worked with before, they don't know and they don't care where you work. They refer you because they know you. They like you. You've built the reputation with them. Not whatever company is on your business card. You are why they refer you and why they use you again. But, so I might tell you your announcement you've changed. Well, one, you can customize this to say whatever, I'm ready, I've got more tools to help you better in the future. But it's a great touch point to remind those people that you're a pro in the business in their lives and people that they should reach out to. It's a great free excuse to be able to reach out to those people and give them an announcement that will remind them they're a pro. Tons of times people just do their announcement and they get new business and referrals over because they've reached out to those clients again they haven't talked to in a little while. Now on an ongoing basis, we give you 100 free just listed postcards every single time you do a listing. Every listing, 100 free just listed postcards. Pretty great. The other thing we do is every time you do an open house, 300 free postcards to renters. Why renters, Donnie? Because those are going to be your next buyers for that house or another similar house, a buyer that you can be their buyer agent. So stop real quick. Every time you put a listing on your market, this is everything we're doing for you. Every single time you put a listing on the market, we give you a free single property website through Core Listing Machine. We give you a free Facebook ad, and we give you 100 just listed postcards, all for free. Every single time you do an open house, we do a second free Facebook ad for you and give you 300 free postcards to renters to help promote that open house. That is not only giving you great promotion for your listing, but great promotion for your open house to get more people in there, all for free. Great, Donnie. That sounds awesome. What about if I wanted to do more? Fantastic. You should. I would do 500 per listing on everything when it was me. Standard is 45 cents each. Premium is 50 cents each. That is everything. That is paper, printing, labor, labeling, postage, delivery to the post office, everything all in. 45 cents or 50 cents. Now, all that labor stuff might not seem like a big deal, but to a realtor's kid that grew up in the 90s, me and my brother sitting on the couch watching the Orioles games together, putting labels on top of postcards every day for my dad for $2 an hour, that's a big deal. I'd look at Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. He'd be like, Donnie, you want to eat? Put some postcards on put some labels on some postcards. I'd be like, all right, here we go, Dad. I want to eat. I like eating. So all that labor, you can just email in the postcard, takes 5 minutes, 5 minutes of sending in a spreadsheet, all of a sudden your mailer's done, charge my credit card $100, I'm just going to sit back and wait for the phone to ring with new business. So we can all do all that through the print center, 45 cents, 50 cents each. The next thing we do with our print center, if you say that premium postcard's great, Donny, but it's not enough area to do stuff. I want to do more. We've got 4-page premium brochures that we call our newsletters. So this is 4 pages, beautiful, great cardstock, bleeds to the edge. We send a templated newsletter out every month. Don't use our newsletter. Don't use my newsletter. Use it as a template, but create your own. If it were me, I would have one of 2 purposes for my newsletter. I'm either going to send it to past clients, sphere of influence, people that know me in my life, and either would want to work with me or refer me, or people that have worked with me before in real estate. Well, that looks different than a customized, right? Say some things that you think are going on in the real estate industry right now. They open it up, it's got your most recent listings or buyers or people that you've helped. On the back, it might even say something personal. Hey, my daughter's off to a great start to field hockey. She's the captain, scored a goal last night. Things are great. They care about you on a professional and personal level, right? The second newsletter I would do, if I was going to do this, is I would do it to a farming a neighborhood. People try to farm neighborhoods, they send out some generic newsletter. No. Make it about the neighborhood. Hey, congratulations to the Little League team for making it to the state finals. Hey, remember, we got the big dog swim to end the summer on the town green. We got the big movie on the town green, whatever it is that you want to do. They open it up in the middle. It's got all the most recent sales in that neighborhood. Open up the back. Maybe it's some upcoming events coming up. If you're going to send a newsletter farming a neighborhood, try to make yourself the neighborhood expert so they know they want to open it. There's something for them to read. So all that sounds good, Donny. How much does this cost? Well, it's free if you want to modify an email to your past client sphere of influence, or modify an email it to that neighborhood if you got other email addresses. Great, free is good. But what I would do is mail it in this beautiful 4-page premium. They get this in the mail color and premium. They're like, oh, this is great. I want to read this. It's either about Donny and what's going on with the real estate industry, or it's about the neighborhood, which makes me interested. This, in the mail, mailed, postage, everything, just $1 each. That is not, $1 each is so cheap. Let's take my past client sphere of influence, 300 people. You do this once a month for a year, 300 times 12 is 3,600. I promise you, if you do a beautiful newsletter to those people every single month for a year, you're going to get half of one more referral, which is $3,600 you make off it. I'll bet you get 6, 8, 10 more referrals over a year, because now these 300 people are in your web. They recognize you as the realtor that they want to talk to and refer and be in contact with. Take that to the farming. Say you have a neighbor with 500 homes. $500 a month times 12 months is $6,000. If you sent a beautiful farming newsletter to that neighborhood of 500 homes, you think you'd get 1 listing a year? I think you would, right? 1 listing a year is all it takes to make that $6,000 back. So I think that you don't have to do this by any level, but if it costs $2 or $3 or $4 each, doesn't mathematically make any sense, right? $1 each, when I'm all in, I can make that money back easy. My Uncle Casey, his team just passed $100 million for the year. Do a fantastic job in the Vienna-Oakton area. Casey sends 5,000 newsletters a month out. Is it because Casey likes spending $5,000 a month? I promise you it's not. It is because every time he does it, he gets 2 calls for $1 million listings back. Well, if you told me I was going to have an opportunity to make 40 grand every time I spent 5, I'd do it every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So that opportunity becomes available because of us being able to offer this at such a cheap price. We lose money on the print center. It's way below market value. But it's not about how much money can I make off you. It's about how much money can I help you make. If I can help you sell more houses and be more successful and be happier, you're going to be more successful, you're going to be thankful, you're going to use Cardinal Title Group, you're going to tell the realtors this place is great, come join Samson. That's the circle that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you succeed, not try to take all your money. So that's why we make it super affordable, $1 each. All right. The next necessary evil in real estate, as I leave the screen and come back, is brochures. We have 3 levels of brochure. Standard 4-page brochure. Okay, you can print these in any office, customize them yourself. These are free. I like the price of free. We have the upgraded options if you want to do a nicer brochure, because we have this beautiful print center. This is a 4-page premium brochure. 4-page templates. You can put in your own pictures, your own words, save it, send it in, print them out. This is just 50 cents each. When we first rolled these out, all realtors said it's got to be $1.50, $2. If I ask for that for local print centers, a lot of times the photographers nowadays, they'll take the pictures and put them in their brochure, $2 each. Nope, we charge just 50 cents each. Great, you got 50 of them, it's 25 bucks, that's nothing. Now, what I would do is the 8-page premium brochure. This is 8 pages of premium goodness. You've got all the different pages, nice thick cardstock, color bleeds all the way to the edge. This is beautiful. How much does that cost, Donnie? Just 75 cents each. 75 cents each for 8 pages of premium newsletter. This is awesome. Now, between you and I and the fence post, brochure of a sell a house. If you're on the other side of the TV right now, you're probably going, no, Donnie, it doesn't. I don't care. You're right, it doesn't. But who loves them some brochures? The sellers. You just said it with me, I'm sure. Sellers love brochures. They love their single property website. They love their 8-page beautiful brochure. They're like, oh, yeah, my house is going to look like that. That's great. It's 75 cents each is all we charge for this. 75 cents each. That's an amazing, amazing deal. You put 50 of these in a house for $37. That's a rounding error when it comes to what we make on these listings. Who else sees brochures? The neighbors. The neighbors, right? Now, your job is to sell that home for the most money you can in the least time possible. But how do you build a successful business that continues to be consistently good? How did I sell 70, 80, 90 listings a year for years? Because you do all the things right consistently, it leads to more business. What does that mean? You took a listing. You did a great job with pictures. Looked beautiful online. You ran Facebook ads that I ran for you, which looked great. You ran all the postcards that we ran for you, which looked great. You got the sign writers and the single property website that people saw, so it all looked great. Then they walked into the house and they saw these beautiful 8-page brochures. People are like, man, honey, I don't know when we're going to sell, but when we do, we better interview Donnie because he's got his stuff together. You do all these things great all the time. People notice. That's how you get the second listing and the third listing and the fourth listing and the fifth listing in that neighborhood, by doing a great job on the first one from beginning to end. Not just sticking a sign on the ground and hoping that it gets full price. Okay? Do all these great things. The last thing that we give you through our print center, we call booklets. So this is a buyer, you can't see it, but it's a buyer guide and a seller guide. Let's go buy a house. Congratulations, you got a contract, now what? These are customized guides that I wrote every single word of. So it's not some, Texas book that doesn't relate to you or this market at all. It's just generic about buying a home. This is everything I would say to a buyer and a seller from the beginning to the end of a transaction. These are super valuable for 2 reasons. One, managing the expectations of the client through the transaction. If they can read ahead and know what's coming before it's coming, they're going to be so much more prepared, feel so much more informed, feel like they're never getting blindsided. And if they have a question about something, they can always ask you, but they can also refer back to the guide that you gave them so they feel like they're on the path with you the whole way. The second way this comes in is an amazing first impression. So I'm at my kid's game tonight, and somebody walks up and says, hey, Donnie, I'm thinking about buying. Well, I can give my card and say I'll call tomorrow. What if I pulled out one of these beautiful buyer guides? It's this beautiful book, says everything from beginning to end, what they're going to talk about, and then I say, I'll call you tomorrow. Well, they're going to go through this book and be like, man, I don't know if we're buying or not, but if we do, I'm using Donnie. Because this guy's got his ducks in a row. He just gave us the whole game plan before the game even started, before it kicked off. This leaves an amazing first impression with people. You can email it for free once you customize, put your own pictures and thoughts on it. Or you can print it in a beautiful book like this for 10 cents a page. That's nothing. A 20-page book is $2. I have 20 of those in my car at all times, ready to give to prospective buyers or sellers. Or once they become your client, give them to them so they've got a guide through the transaction and they feel more secure because you've given them their guide. These are super valuable. For 10 cents a page, that's a steal. Again, we do all this stuff with our print center, not to make money, but to help you sell more homes. We lose thousands in the print center, but we gain it by helping you all sell lots and lots more homes and making it more affordable so you can do all this advertising. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is that second point that I made was that I wanted people to love being at Samson Properties. So there are a lot of you that are going to finish watching this video, I hope, and say, I love everything Donny's saying. I'm joining Samson. Then you think and you think and you think, and you get to the 1 yard line. And then you don't want to cross that goal line. There's actually tape down here. You can't see it. But that's my marker, so I don't go past that. We don't want to cross that 1 yard line. You're like, change is hard, right? All of a sudden, you're like, it's just easier to stay. I know Donny sounded like he's got some good stuff, but because you don't know the steps. So what we did is last summer, we created an agent services team, and their job is to make you feel like family and to make this company become real and bring the culture to you. But their first job is to onboard you and make sure that you smoothly transition from wherever you're at to where you are here. The feedback we've gotten about our agent services team is amazing. So when we interviewed for this position over a year ago, I interviewed for one trait at all, or only one trait: personality. We could teach them about Samson and where to go and what to do, and that's teachable, right? What you can't teach is personality. You want that person to be the person that walks in the room with a smile. They bring joy. They're people that you want to reach out to because you know you're going to have a positive experience. We've all got those people in our life that they walk in and you're like, this is so great. Melissa's here today. Life's going to get better. Or we've all got people in our life that are the opposite, right? They might know it all, but they walk in and you're like, oh, geez, Bobby's here. I don't want to deal with that today. I'm going to try to slide out the other room while Bobby's not paying attention because I don't really feel like talking to him today. I want that agent services team to be the people that you love talking to. So you join, they hold your hand, they make sure you're into all of our systems, you're set up, you're transferred, you got your signs, your cards, they're holding your hand through this whole process, right? They go over everything Samson. And then a week later, what happens? You forget half of what they said. That's cool. You're going to forget half of what I said in 2 days after this as well. So then what you do is you say, they become your phone a friend. Anybody watch that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And you had that phone a friend or that lifeline whenever you got stuck. They're your phone a friend. So you pick up the phone. Hey, Melissa, I'm sorry. I know you told me this last week. Where do I go for this? What do I do for this? And they're like, that's great. I'm here. They're either in your office, you can walk in and talk to them, or you can call them or put them on Zoom, whatever your preference is if you're at home, and they're going to help you through whatever problem you've got. They also plan the happy hours and the breakfasts, and they help make our lives better at Samson. Once they've introduced you and onboard you, they pass you to our team of trainers and our marketing team. These people are people that help you succeed more here at Samson. We have a team of trainers. They will teach you social media one-on-one, SkySlope one-on-one, KV Core one-on-one, Bright MLS. Our marketing coordinators will teach you how to manipulate postcards and brochures and newsletters and whatever it is that you want to help your marketing career grow. We've also got 3 media gurus that do a fantastic job. They will take personal headshots for free, professional headshots for free. That's right. This one's even better. Personal branding videos for free. Videos for free, branding with graphics and now the whole 9 yards. When I was selling, I had to pay $500, $600, $700 for something like that. And I knew the guy. I feel like he even cut me a deal. But we're going to do a professional video for you. You can help post on your website, your Facebook page, whatever it is that you want to make your pages come to life better and make you look like a pro. We do all this stuff for free to help train you up and make you more successful. Our staff is in Chantilly and Silver Spring. They also go out to every single office and rotate around and bring tech days to all of the locations, so they bring the training to you. You can also attend a lot of their trainings virtually through Zoom if you don't feel like coming into offices. So they're here to train you up and make you better. We have Samson University at Samson Properties. We believe we live in a Netflix world right now, right? Or is it Amazon or Hulu or whatever your flavor. What that means is this. You can't attend every class that you'd like to attend because you're busy, you did whatever. We tape every single class, especially if it's new. We're not going to tape repeats all the time. We're going to tape it and we're going to edit it and we're going to put it on Samson University for you to watch later when it's convenient for you. There might have been a great World Series of Prospecting class, all about prospecting, or a great motivation class with Mark Cabrera today, or a great buyer presentation class that we teach you how to work with buyers better. Well, you missed it. We can bundle it up, we save it, we post it on Samson University for you to watch later. You can see on the slide there, we've seen a lot of different videos of some of our agents and trainers and staff and top agents and brokers all teaching classes to help you all succeed. There's Crazy Ethan. His classes are always the most fun. All right, so Samson University is a huge function of what we do. We have over 700 hours of video on Samson University. The next slide we talk about is our education. So I'm going to tell you a quick story here to help you kind of get a sense of where our heart is when it comes to education. Sarah Mormon it works for us as our COO. Sarah worked as a Long and Foster broker manager for 10 years, and then she was the general manager COO of 6 RE/MAX gateways for 6 years around the Northern Virginia area. And just almost 4 years ago now, I started, during this time period, she also had the honor of being my oldest daughter's lacrosse coach, which was probably her biggest accomplishment at that point. I'm just kidding. But, so we were friendly through that. She was coaching my daughter. But we were also kind of competitors because she lived in my neighborhood and sold houses against me. So I would call us frenemies. Well, I came to her almost 4 years ago and I said, Sarah, come have lunch. I've heard a lot of great things about her teaching and her leadership and her organization. I said, Sarah, come have lunch with Danny and I. And she was like, no, I'm good, Donny. I'm happy where I'm at. Come on, just come have lunch. Well, it turns out she ends up saying yes. It's really, in retrospect, she just wanted to meet Danny. She had heard all this stuff about Danny Samson. He was some ghost. Nobody could ever meet him. He's like, I just wanted to meet Danny. I wanted to have lunch with Danny. I thought it'd be interesting. I knew you, Donny. I just wanted to see what was going on with Danny. So she had very low expectations. She sat down to lunch with us, and 3.5 hours later, she got it from Famous Dave's. And if you had asked her in the parking lot, where's the brick wall? I'm ready to run through it because I'm all in. What was she all in on? She was all in on Danny and I's passion for being the best education company for realtors in the whole DMV. Now, bless Danny's heart, he felt like we were already there. Felt like we had some ways to go, but the way to start that was to get Sarah on board. Sarah's first job with us was Chief Business Transformer. That was her title, because she wanted to transform everybody's business for good at Samson and make everybody better. That's where that passion started to grow, with Sarah wanted to transform everybody. We've built our whole education department even bigger and better than when Sarah walked in here, with all the training that she started, and now we've got tons of trainers that help. One thing, there's a place for CE, and that's fine, but that's just, it's not relevant to helping you make business necessarily, or create business, or help clients and serve them better. What we focus on are stuff that's going to help you succeed more, make more money, create more relationships. So Sarah teaches a class called Ninja. Some of you have heard of it, or if you've been with Keller Williams, it's called Bold. It's very similar. But most people have to pay $700, $800, $900 for this class. We teach it absolutely free to everybody. Free. She's taught over 1,500 people Ninja since she joined. It's all about the mindset of selling. Why do we treat things certain ways? Why do we work with certain clients better or not clients better? Or how can we get better at this? It helps you really take a deep dive into how your business and how you can succeed better at it. We have mastermind groups, which are group thinks, where we can help each other get better through sharing of ideas and sharing of marketing ideas and sharing of what we're seeing in the market out there. We focus a lot on buyers, how to work with buyers better, how to work with sellers better, how to do open houses better. We've got motivational classes, business planning classes. We've got tons of classes that help you succeed more in real estate. World Series of Prospecting is all about how to prospect and get more business. That's the stuff you care about. That's the stuff you should care about, because that helps you build a business, run a business better, create more prospects to make more money and be more successful. The next things we focused on in education are we have a coaching program that's free. Free coaching program. Free coaching. Some of you are paying $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month coaching. It's probably worth it. I'm a big believer in coach. I coach a lot of my girls' teams. I used to coach high school football back in a previous life. I think the coaching is fantastic. What I really think the focus of coaching is, or the importance, it's two things: setting a game plan and accountability. There's a million different ways to make money in real estate. But if we don't narrow it down and set a good game plan, then we're not going to get anywhere. Sit with your coach, create a game plan. One of the best parts about being a realtor is you don't have a boss, right? And you can do whatever you want. One of the worst parts about being in real estate is you don't have a boss. You don't have anybody that's going to tell you whether you're doing good or bad or whatever. So accountability is that second piece. If I sit down with my coach, Sarah, on Monday, and we set down 4 goals of a game plan that we're going to do, and we're going to come back next Monday and do those things. Now, if I did that myself, life got in the way, I got busy, whatever, I might get 2 of my goals done by next Monday. But if I'm going to meet with Sarah next Monday at noon, I'm going to make sure I got all 4 things done, because I don't want to come to class without my homework done, because the teacher will get mad at me, right? So if you accomplish your goals and you're accountable every week, and you do that week after week after week, you're going to look back 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 20 weeks from now, and you're not going to recognize the realtor you were before that. That's what our coaching program is all about. Setting good habits, consistently hitting those good habits, and you're going to be more successful. Why is it free? I pay the coaches. I don't care if I spend thousands of dollars a month on coaching. Why? Because if I do, that means I'm investing in dozens and dozens of realtors and their success. I'm playing the long game here. I don't care about spending $5,000 a month in coaching or $10,000 a month in coaching, because if I do, then I'm going to help dozens of you sell more homes. And if you sell more homes, yeah, I'll collect some fees, but hopefully you'll be thankful. You'll use Cardinal Title Group. I'll make my money back there. And or you're going to tell the realtors how much you love this place because they helped coach you to become a better realtor than you were before. Playing the long game. I don't need your money now. I'm going to help you make more money through our coaching program. The next one is our mentor program. I require a mentor if you're new to the business or if you haven't sold any homes in the last 3 years. Why? Your first 2 buys and your first listing. I don't make anything off it, but your mentor gets the 60-40, 60-40, 70-30, as you can see on the screen. Why do I force a mentor program? Because of a couple reasons. I don't care if you're a lawyer, a doctor, or the smartest person in this room. You haven't been a realtor before. You haven't been in charge of the real estate transaction, somebody else's $500,000 in the most important financial decision of their life. I'm protecting you from yourself. I want to make sure you don't screw it up to start with. All of a sudden you ruin what could be a great referral base forever, or ruin your career before it starts, or feel terrible about what you botched your friend or your family member's deal. You need a mentor to help you through those first transactions. The second thing I'm doing is I'm protecting the client. They signed a contract with Samson Properties, the brokerage. It's not responsible of me to send clients of Samson Properties out with brand new realtors without help and no mentor. That's not responsible. I need to protect that client, make sure they get decent service or great service. The third reason that I'm really don't make exceptions for the mentor program is this. My responsibility, Donny Samson, my responsibility is to the 4,600 people walking around that says Samson Properties on their business card. It is not to that brand new lawyer or doctor or accountant or whoever that smart person that says, I don't need a mentor, I'm really smart. I'm sure you are, sir or ma'am. But if I let hundreds of people run around without a mentor, what are they going to do to our reputation every day? Make it worse and worse and worse. I want to make sure I'm protecting our reputation for the other 4,600 people. And they know that I'm going to make sure people that are out there in the streets with Samson on their business card have somebody behind them helping them through every step of the way and a mentor. That's why I'm focused on the mentor program. I think it's great. You get to choose your own mentor. We have over 100 mentors to choose from. Choose somebody that fits your style in the area that you want, and you get to talk to 2 or 3 of them if you want. Find a mentor that fits what you want out of the mentor program. Next thing I'm going to roll to is lead generation. All right. First thing it says is keep your sign leads. Now, some of you work for companies right now that what they do is almost criminal. I know, it's an aggressive term, Donny. Criminal, really? Well, let me define this. Okay, so you've got companies right now. I'm going to pull a sign in here and probably knock over everything. Okay, you've got companies right now that you put up your sign, and it says their company phone number in 150 font right in the middle of the thing. And they say, no, Donny, it's cool. I got a rider at the bottom. It says my name and my cell phone number on the rider. Great. How many times do you think people are calling the big phone number, the office phone number across the middle? Oh, well, they always give me my calls, Donny. Come on, man. How do you, they don't call you and say, hey, guess what, Ethan? We gave away 3 of your leads to Tommy because he was on desk duty today and we could get a 50-50 split on that. They don't call you and tell you that, right? But how many times have you lost business to the front desk? Let me ask you this one. How many times did you have a listing in a neighborhood and then a month later you saw another listing from your same company pop up? You think it's because they randomly knew that other person in your company? Or do they call your office and say, well, your office just sold a house here, give me a realtor. And they gave you somebody else instead of calling you. Well, you had that listing. They're your listings, they're your leads. Stop losing them to other people in your company. So what do we do to counteract that? If you see this sign here, that's Sarah's cell phone number. Memorize that, call it, bother her. No, I'm just joking. But that's her cell phone number, her website, her information up here. At the bottom it says Samson Properties and the office phone number, really small. You think they're calling that office phone number on the bottom? Or do you think they're calling that big cell phone number and big numbers in the middle? Probably the cell phone number. So we have 15 different templates you can choose from that uses our logos, leverages it, and build a design that you want, put your cell phone number, feature your cell phone, your website, your information and lights. minimize us, little bitty at the bottom. All right. Now, if you take it one step further, we also let you keep your own brand. So, Chesterfield Homes here. Who do they work for? At first glance, you can't really tell. Then you look at the bottom, you see it says Samson Properties logo and has the office phone number. Now, I might even put it smaller than that so they can't even see it even more. Now, Virginia, if you're watching in Maryland or DC, I understand the office phone number has to be a little bit bigger, but in Maryland, we can make it super, or Virginia, we can make it super small. Why do I let Chesterfield Homes do this? Because this is about Chesterfield Homes. They're going to call them. They're going to go to their website. They're going to reach out to Chesterfield Homes. I'm not trying to get your business and take it from you. They're your listings. They're your leads. You deserve the calls off of them. Stop losing them to the front desk. Keep your brand. Create your brand. You just have to disclose Samson in the office phone number, obviously, not everything. The next thing that's going to pop up there is all the different free stuff we give you through lead generation, the free marketing. Now, a lot of this is a review. So I'm going to go through the review stuff quicker. We got you free coaching, technology, one-on-one social media training. We give you the free personal headshots, free personal branding videos, free brochure, postcard, market template training, all that stuff. Free 300 postcards when you join Samson Properties. Free 100 just listed postcards for every listing. Free 300 postcards for every open house to renters that when you have it. Stop here, new stuff. Free E&O insurance, free E&O insurance, free E&O insurance. Some of you are paying $500, $600, $700 a year for E&O insurance or more. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop. It doesn't cost that much. Stop paying your broker for E&O insurance. We will take care of that for you. Free Sky Slope. So Sky Slope, this is our mechanism for you to turn in your contracts. It's super easy to use. I got a buyer contract. I need these 6 things. You come in, you drop them in the 6 buckets. We can review them instantaneously and get your files approved quicker so you know you're approved, or you need it reviewed, or we can get you paid quicker out the door. Now, maybe you love zip forms or Remind Plus Pro Docs or InstaNet or whatever it is you love, or pen and paper. First of all, I would encourage you to learn the computer. It will help you in your future if you can do these contracts quicker on the computer. But whatever it is you like doing, keep doing it, okay? I just need you to use SkySlope to turn in your files into the boxes. That's all I really need, okay? Now, we used to be a dot loop company. We switched to SkySlope early in 2021. Why? 2 reasons. One, dot loop is messy to review. You might finish a contract. You've got 25 different iterations of addendums and contracts and counters and recounters and all this all sitting in your folder. Then you'd be like, submit. And then we get to come in as a staff and be like, all right, we only need 5 things. Let's see if we can find them in here. Where's the disclosure? Oh, that's not signed. That's not. Where's the ratified contract? We got to check all 5 of your versions to find. That's a nightmare, right? Instead, you got your 25 things over here. Just drop the 5 I need in here and we're good. Now, the other reason we moved off dot loop is this. I'm not sure if you know, but Zillow owns dot loop. Now, Zillow has gotten way too much into our space and realtors and tried to become a real estate company and every other service in the world. And while I don't care if you advertise at Zillow, I don't think it's pertinent for us to spend thousands of dollars as a company to pay them for dot loop and help them create an empire that's going to try to defeat us. The other thing with SkySlope is this, and I said you could use whatever forms you want. SkySlope has the forms in there, and it has free e-signature through DigiSign in there. So we give you a system to do it all from beginning to end, and we have a full-time trainer 40 hours a week to teach you how to use it if you don't know how to use it. So I think everybody should use SkySlope from beginning to end. But if you struggle with that, you want to use it, you can do that. But we give you free SkySlope. The next thing we give you is 7 Samson points for every 100,000 in volume sold. So if you sold $1 million in homes, we give you 70 points. 7 times 10. $5 million in homes, that's 350 points. A point's $1. What do we use those dollars on? You can buy Samson polos and hoodies and jackets and backpacks and whatever. Use all that money for that. Great, Darry. I spent $100 on gear. I'm good. What do I do now? Print Center. Print Center. You sell $10 million in homes, that's $700 free dollars I'm giving you to go get more business. Every time you sell a home, you create points. You can go use that for more postcards, more brochures, more newsletters, whatever it is you want. Help create your business more. So not only on everything else I'm giving you free money on Print Center stuff, in addition to the free stuff I'm already giving you. So people love the points and helps to create more business for everybody. The last thing down there you see is free testimonial tree. So testimonial tree, when you close a deal through SkySlope, it will automatically reach out to your sellers or your buyers or whoever your client was and ask them for reviews. If you're anything like me, you probably did a good job, but you didn't ask for a review or a survey or a testimonial. I sold 500 homes probably or more, and I got 15 or 20 reviews over the time. Maybe I just wasn't that good of a realtor. But both these could be true. I could have been not that good, but it's really because I never asked, right? It's awkward to be like, you're done, be like, hey, will you give me a review? Some of you guys are probably better at it than I was. But if we ask for you, then people will fill it out. We launched this a month ago. We've had over 1,700 reviews and surveys and testimonials come back in a month. And they're at an average of 4.99 stars out of 5. And those automatically go to people's Facebook pages and websites and all over the place. What occurred to me was this. We sell 2,000 homes a month as a company. 2,000 homes. Do you know which ones get posted on the different social media sites sometimes? The 1 or 2 people that didn't have a good experience. And I'm like, why do people's pages... We did 1,998 great things, and the 2 people that were the loudest were the 2 people. So what I wanted to do was, let's flood the internet with all the great things going on, the 1,700 reviews of people that did great. Let's flood it with all that stuff. It's going to lift up your reputation, our office's reputation, our company's reputation all together. So testimonial tree, absolutely free. I pay for it to help build up your testimonials and reviews. On the right side of that lead generation page, that last page, we see all the KV core stuff that's a reminder. The free Facebook ads for every listing, the free Facebook ads for open houses, customizable website for yourself, customizable website for each listing, all the different apps, the listing market snapshot reports, core listing social, all those things, all for free KV core, but that's what that lead generation page reminds you all of. Next thing I want to pop into, I believe, is concierge services. Nope, instant offers. Sometimes I forget my own order. So Samson Instant Offers, this is like our own iBuyer platform that we have. In a 30-second nutshell, what this does is it helps you to advertise, I've got a guaranteed buy program, a guaranteed sell program, or I've got a buy now and sell your house later program, which most people can't do, right, because they can't handle 2 houses. So when you put your listing in there, it gives you an iBuyer, an all-cash solution. Within 24 hours, that somebody will come in and buy your house all cash. Guaranteed buy, guaranteed sell program. Or we've got somebody that will come through a company called Easy Knock. They'll buy your house now in paper, let you rent it back so you don't have to move. Now you can go, now you're freed up to go buy the house you want to buy because you only will have to qualify for the 1 mortgage, not the second one because it's been bought. And then you can come back, sell this house when you're ready, realize all the potential and all the full profit. You owe Easy Knock a 3% commission for the admin part, and you as the realtor still get to sell and buy and create transactions. Now, neither one of those is going to fit for most of our clients, right? Most of our people are just going to do regular sales. But by being able to advertise that you have these options, it gives you more opportunities. What you want are more times at bat. You want to sit at more people's kitchen tables and talk to them about the possibility of selling their home. Once you get invited to the kitchen table, you can build that relationship. What Samson Instant Offers does is help you close some of those, but also get more opportunities to sit at people's kitchen tables. Next thing that we got is our concierge services. So here we go. So when I was selling real estate, I had a full-time assistant. Donnie's off there bragging again. Why did I have a full-time assistant? Because I realized very early in my career that my best use of time was not on brochures, bright listings, postcards, all the stuff that I thought I could outsource and somebody else could either do as good or better job of me. But it would free up time for me to go show more homes, go do more listing presentations, be there for my clients to sit and talk to them on the phone and really talk to them. Answer their emails very quickly because I'm not knee-deep in a project over here. Think about the next marketing activity that I wanted to do. We need to have the ability to spend our time the most efficient way possible. And maybe you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 transactions going on at a time. You want to make sure you don't miss all the details because you're too busy working on this transaction. You forgot the details over here of this one. So most people can't spend $50,000 a year on a system. What if I could offer you assistant services on a piecemeal basis, transaction by transaction, and you could pay for it at closing? Well, now I'm interested, Donnie. Tell me a little bit about this. So we have 2 main lanes when it comes to concierge services, and then some add-ons that I'll talk to you about. The 2 main lanes of this. The first one is listing marketing packages. So these are the people that launch your listing. They'll create your bright listing and your brochure and your postcards and your Facebook ads and make sure the sign's up and everything's in order to make sure you have a successful launch of your listing. $150 or $250. And when can you pay for it? At closing. Beautiful. The second lane is transaction coordination. So if you've had a TC or looked at a TCs, most of the time they cost $350 or $400 a transaction. Well, they work as your assistant from contract to closing to make sure you hit every detail. You can do 99 things correct in a transaction. What are your clients going to remember sometimes? That 100th thing. That one thing you missed. You missed that deadline, or you were late on this, or you forgot to schedule this, and it caused an issue. Well, we only charge $150 each for our TCs. Why? Because I'm not trying to make money on it. I'm trying to help you become more successful. We charge $150 each, and when can you pay for it? At closing. You want everything completed. It's the whole package, Cardinal Concierge complete, $400. Now, there's once in a while somebody walks up to me and goes, oh, Donny, my company offers that to me. They do all that for me for free. Hold on, the word for free. Hold on a second. There are some companies that offer concierge services. What they typically do is they're going to take 20% of your commission on everything, whether you want the concierge services or not, right? Well, to me, I would rather pick and choose when I want these services, and $400 is 4%. 4% of a $10,000 commission. Those numbers I can deal with if I want a full-time assistant for 4% of my commission. Now you're talking. I like that idea. Now, what we created earlier this year is the next slide on a la carte services. So what this means is I affectionately call this the Danny Samson plan. He loved the idea of everything out there, but he didn't want to learn and didn't want to do anything himself. He wanted somebody to do that for him. He's like, look, I got cash here. Who's going to do it for me? All right, so this is where, okay, I've got this just listed postcard I need to do, but I don't know, I don't want to do it. Okay, great. They'll create the just listed postcard. They'll pull the addresses out of Bright for you. They'll send it to the print center, make sure all the details are taken care of. They'll let you approve it along the way. $50. Create my open house postcard and send it in and make sure people do it. Great, $50. We have all these services for $25 to $100. I got all my forms here. I don't want to learn the sky slope. Just turn it all in for me so I get paid. Great, $50. Set up my KV core so it's pumping all the websites like Donnie said, and it's doing all this cool stuff. Great, $50. Okay, everything is $25 to $100, and it's really just to help you get these things done that you don't want to do yourself for minimal cost. Not making money on it, just got a little skin in the game if you want to use our great staff to help you out. The last thing on there you see is realtor services. So the idea behind this is we love real estate because of the flexibility. We can work when we want. We've got flexible schedules. The downside is we're actually always working, right? We never feel like we're off. We never feel like we can go to our kids' game without worrying about who's calling or who's going to need houses shown or whatever. We can never really go on vacation because we always feel like we're working on that vacation. You know, I talked to a realtor the other day that ended up joining our company, took a trip to Hawaii, and he loved it. He had a great 2 weeks, but he lost 3 buyers. Well, you can almost not even enjoy your trip anymore when you realize you just lost 3 buyers. You lost 20 grand on top of all the money you spent on the trip. That's not great, right? Well, what the realtor services do is this. Hopefully you have a friend at Samson. You know, I'll help you, you help me. Or you can get on our message boards and find some friends in your office or whatever. But if you don't, what you do is you send a note in to concierge and you say, look, I need a buyer's agent. Or I need somebody to show some houses for me. Or I need somebody to write this contract for me. Or a tenant inspection for me. Or whatever it is you need. And we have set prices from $25 to $100 or $50 an hour to show houses. Set prices and hundreds of people that are willing to be that realtor on demand for you because they want to make an extra couple bucks and get some experience or do some other things because they have some time, not enough clients. Well, you have a need for people to help you, and you're okay with giving a few dollars up out of your commission to make that happen. So we'll play matchmaker. We'll collect the money. We'll pay the person. We'll collect it from you, you know, so you don't have to worry about, oh, do you want a check or cash or Venmo or whatever it is. We'll be the middleman for the money, and we'll help match you up with somebody that can help you out. Now you can go to vacation in peace because you know you've already connected with 1 or 2 buyer agents. You're ready to go. If somebody needs to see something, you're okay with it costing $50 an hour. You just want to make sure they get shown and you don't lose them as a client. So it's a great match for everybody to help you have that peace of mind to grow your business and get your downtime without feeling stressed out. Next thing we talk about here is we also have a graphic designer on staff. $30 an hour, they will graphic design. She'll customize anything you want. Brochures, postcards, templates, signs, whatever it is, graphics. You want to create a new teen graphic for yourself when you join Samson Properties, you can get that done real cheap working with our graphic designer. Next thing we've got is Zachem. So Zachem is a remote EMD deposit system. It's absolutely free to you all. So you could take a picture of the front, take a picture of the back, click the Samson logo, it goes right into our EMD. Your buyers can do the same thing. How many times have you been like, oh, across town, and they e-signed their contract, but now you got to go get their check. You got to get it in because the deadline's clicking. So you either got to get the check and then deliver it to the office. That's a couple hours out of my life. Or I got to go get the check and then put it in the mail, or they put it in the mail, and all of a sudden I got to call accounting every day and be like, did you get the check? Did you get the check? Did you get the check? None of that's good, right? Especially with USPS nowadays. Well, if you can just remotely EMD deposit it from wherever you're at, you get an email that's all in, you're good to go. You never have to worry about it. So that's all free, included in what we do. Next thing we're getting near the end, I promise, is Team Hub. So we've got, earlier I talked about how financially I set up teams so that it makes sense and you can give them Cardinal Club and keep all your money. Well, what I want to do is create an atmosphere where you can grow a team if you want to run a team, and if you want to join a team, you can find a team to join. People come to me and they say, Donny, I want to join a team. Whose team should I join? I said, I don't know. I got 50 teams. Or team leads will come and be like, Donny, I want more people for my team. I was like, I don't know. There's hundreds of people here. So what I created was like a matchmaker for teams. So people can come to Team Hub. They can create a profile picture. They put a picture up of their team, a video of their team, a profile of their team, and people that want to find a team can come on, search, and watch the videos, watch the picture, be like, oh, I like these 2 or 3 teams. I'm going to go interview with these people. Now you can do this interview process online, figure out who you want to talk to, and people can have a 24/7 ad for their team that all the other people can view and watch. So it's a great way to connect teams, and people help them build their teams if they want to. Samson is the single best place to run a team. Not only can you find more team members, but financially speaking, you have flexibility to run your team the way you want, and you get all the money because you're all in Cardinal Club to split up. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to run through the Cardinal Nest. So we're going to put up a video of or a walkthrough tour of your Cardinal Nest. The Cardinal Nest is our hub of the wheel. This plays everything. This is where everybody goes for everything Samson. You've heard me talk about a million things. You're like, well, how am I going to know where to find all this stuff? You go to the Cardinal Nest, and this is where you can find everything and anything. Ethan, why don't you make this full screen if that's okay so they can see this. So this is a dashboard. You can see that it has everything on the home screen there. You've got market updates. You've got places where you can see that they thank everybody that uses Cardinal Title Group every day. We've got cheat sheets and orientations. He's hovering over the calendar. You can see all the different classes that happen every single day. This is our resource section. Our resource section has every single document, every single postcard, every single brochure, every single newsletter template out there. 53 postcard templates, 25 brochure templates. You take them, you download them to your computer. You can modify them, save them. Now you've got your own postcard, your own brochure. You can see you can search by keyword on the top right or category on the left. You can see now we're opening up a newsletter. That's a generic version of the Cardinal Flyer that you can modify and work from there. The next link we're going to click is our top resource page. This has all of our top market stats. It's got kind of my favorite things. It's got your graphic designs. It's got your concierge things. It's got a buyer presentation template, a listing presentation template. Easy for you to find on the top agent resources page, a great resource. Now you've got Team Hub. You've got those pictures and the videos and the profiles of all the different teams. And you can see how it's easy to scroll through and find a great one for you. Next thing is our agents and staff directory. So this shows every agent in our company. You can search by office, by language, by experience, if they do commercial, rentals, or just residential. You can see all the brokers in our company, all the Samson staff, the Cardinal staff, the First Heritage staff. We have over 25 brokers that are paid to take great care of you. Fantastic broker support at Samson Properties. The next link we're going to click over there, I believe, is office locations. So these office locations, you see the map of all the locations, and each office location has their own page on the Nest. So you can see where we are at all times. You might be Samson Properties McLean, but today you're over in Alexandria. So you click on the Alexandria page. It will come up here with everything and anything about that page. The phone numbers, the address, the manager, the admin, the Wi-Fi passwords, the printer passwords, everything you need to know. Most importantly is access information. You can have, if you go over in the middle of the day on a Thursday, of course people are there. What if you go Saturday at 5 p.m.? Every office has a lockbox or a central lock, or a combo box or a central lock box that has a key outside you can use to get in there, use that office as your own, and then when you're done, lock it up and leave. These are our message boards right here. This shows you, I used to have a Facebook group, and the problem with the Facebook group was not everybody's on Facebook, and it's very unorganized. Our message board system is very organized. People can post in the message boards they want to interact with. If you want to talk about open houses, you go to the open house board. You want to talk about contracts, you go to that board. Whatever it is you want to go to, you go to that board. You can also subscribe to whatever message boards you want. So if somebody posts on a board you subscribe to, you get an email directly to your inbox that you can read in your email, interact with, click on it, open it up, and start interacting with that post right away. You can see as you come back to the dashboard that we've got lots of different pages on the left for brokers and signers and agent services team and everything, the iBuyer program, Samson Instant Offers, everything and anything on the left there. But I just gave you a couple-minute overview to show you the power of what that Cardinal Nest is. It also has links in there to Samson University and all the other great pages that will link off of what we talked about earlier. I'm going to go next to our culture is our next thing. So our culture, you can see up here a lot of things that are important to us. Be nice, be professional, pay it forward, I talked about earlier. It's about family, having great integrity. We want to educate you, give back, and we're an innovative company that's always growing. A lot of what our culture is, too, is we've got kind of some important things with what we do. We have 3 sales meetings a month. None of them are required, so before you're like, oh, I got to go to sales meetings. No. We have fun sales meetings, too. We have 2 a month in our headquarters, where I'm standing right now in Chantilly, first and third Wednesday of every month. The second Wednesday of every month, we do our Maryland sales meeting, where I travel around to the different Maryland and D.C. offices. We do our sales meeting there, a little bit more of a Maryland, D.C. emphasis, and I get to go see the beautiful people all over that can't always make it to Chantilly. In those sales meetings, we don't let people stand up and say, I've got a new listing in Bethesda and has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and backs to trees. Nobody cares. No. We can find that in the MLS, right? What we do is we talk about what's going on in the market, what's going on with technology, what's going on with offers, how's the market up or down, some market stats, what are you seeing out there, what's going on at Samson that can help us become better, what are some new classes and masterminds and groups going on at Samson. Those are the things we talk about in our sales meeting. We give our title company 5 minutes and our lender partner, First Heritage Mortgage, 5 minutes to give us lending and title updates. But outside of that, we're not going to let people stand up there and sell you the new homes community that is an hour away from you that you don't care about. We're going to let people really talk about good agent stuff or good Samson stuff to help you go further. The other big thing about our culture is our fall festival. So our fall festival is like our great party for everybody. This is for everybody's family to come to. We could do the boring Christmas party or holiday party in a country club where everybody comes in and has their one drink on a Tuesday and goes home. But we're like, look, if we're going to spend all this money on this, let's spend on something we actually want to do. What we're going to do is bring your family in with our family and have one big party. Noon to 9 p.m., all-day festival, free food, free drinks, moon bounces, zip lines, pet-a-pet farms, dunk tanks, zip lines, Ferris wheels, everything you can imagine. Concerts on 2 stages all day from noon to 9 p.m. This is my family's, my 4 daughters' favorite day of the year. We love Festival Day. It's just one big time to get out there, enjoy your family, enjoy the big Samson family, and enjoy yourselves together, all paid for by the company to build our culture. We couldn't have it last year. We're super excited this year, October 23rd. So if you join us, we'd love to have you come and be in that next picture you see there that's going to say a number a lot higher than 2,600 this time. So we're excited for that. It's going to be at Bull Run Regional Park in Centerville, October 23rd. I'm going to close up here with a couple rules, commission rules, and then a closing thought. I believe we have 4,600 independent contractors at Samson. Now, what I do is I put a couple rules in place that help our reputation. So buyers, when you're working with buyers, you can give them whatever cash back you want. You can, now what does that mean? If you're helping your little brother buy a home and you want to give them 2% back out of the commission because you really want to take it, great. Give them 2% cash back. You don't have to ask permission from me. You got your brother or your sister or your cousin, you want to give them 1.5 back. Or you get that call from somebody and they say, hey, Donny, I want to buy new construction, but I want half the commission. That's on you. You want to decide to give that, you can. You can give them half the commission back. You don't need my permission. I just need my $345 and maybe my $495 if you're not Cardinal Club. Now, what we say is you cannot advertise more than 1% cash back, because if I send 10,000 flyers around town saying I'll give you 2% cash back, that makes everybody look bad. So no advertising more than 1%. On listings, I have a couple rules. One, you have to give out at least 2.5% in bright. I don't want to be a part of the race to the bottom that's giving out. Boards, and back then we had to give 3% out to the buyer's agent. That was our rule. What else are we doing? You might as well, right? He really likes Meredith. He likes between you and the seller. Listing, maybe they're buying $1 million house and you want to only charge them 1%. That's on you. All right, so we give that. We've got people. Here, Cardinal. I can't treat you any differently. I'm going to be honest. Wider overall.